Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. So it's time to sew in our signatures. Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks to everyone for your continued support. Whether you're here for crafts or books, I appreciate each and every one of you. So it's time to sew our signatures in. And here are our signatures. That's going to be the first one, second, and third. And there's our signatures. They have 9 pages each one. That's what we did in the last video. Okay, so a quick, easy way to make your template for this, for any size journal, is your measurements. So I have 6 here and a 2.5 inch spine. So this is what my scrap of paper is here. Okay, first thing you're going to do is we are going to fold this in half. And if I got it cut straight, it should work out perfect. You're going to fold that in half. Okay, and then we're going to fold this to that line. Okay, and then we're going to fold this to this line. Okay, just like that. So there's our 3 lines down. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to fold this in half, like so. And we're going to pretty much do the same thing. We're going to fold this up to that line, and then we're going to fold this up to this line. Now at each one of these points is going to be where we're going to put our dots. Let's see, I think those are too far up. So what I'm going to do is go half of that, I think. Oops, that's not straight. That's better. Right there. And then we're going to fold this one right there. Okay. I don't want my first holes, I don't want that much space. Okay. So now we're going to take a pencil, and at each cross section we're going to put a dot. I can't see that one. That's not folded very good. Let's give that another crease. Well, it's in there pretty good, but let's get a new location there. Okay. And then our center one at each cross. Again, we don't have a good fold. If you'd want to, you could ink your lines, and that makes it a little easier to see. And then you just want really good creases so you can see where your crosses are. And then there, there, and there. And I mean, that really is kind of the easiest way to make your templates. You can do all the measuring, which is how I used to always do it, is I used to, you know, do all the measuring myself. I just hope this is sturdy enough for me to mark my places. So then we're going to line it up against our seams right here. I can see the seams where my fold is. And that seam is right there. You can also do it where you make it a little bit shorter or a little thinner this way, so that this line's a little harder to see right here. That's off. Okay. So now what you can do so it doesn't move is, I got these really cute clips from Amazon. I think they were selling the rest of their Easter ones because it's obviously an Easter tin. Okay, so let's line this up again. Make sure we got the tops lined up right. Okay, and then we're going to just clip this in place. Hopefully that's not going to mess up trying to do my punch. I guess we'll see. So that just kind of holds it in place for you. So now we are going to get my tools out here. And we're going to need that. But I also want my little punch like this. I ordered that from Amazon. If anybody really wants to know what it's called, let me know and I'll go look it up, because I've had this for probably a little over a year now. And what it is spring-loaded, so that you just get an extra push on it. And when I'm going through the chipboard and going through the fabric too, I don't want to use this book. I want to get a different book to use for that part. Okay, hold on 1 second. I use my big red dictionary for really just punching the holes in my signatures, and then this is just my actual punch book. I can just sit it right on here and punch the holes. So you just line up, you know, where your dots are, and you just punch on this. I'm going to stand up so I can get a good view of it. I just hope that's not going to interfere with those clips on there. It is a little noisy, but it gets the job done. Okay, let me just take a peek, and I can see all of my holes in all 3 spots. Okay. Now what I like to do is get my awl and just poke through the rest of the way. I've seen people also use like the crocodile. I've seen them use that. It is easier when I don't have the fabric on the outside. It is easier to see where my holes are. If I have a fabric cover, it makes it just a little more difficult, especially if I have the felt underneath as well. So it does make a difference what materials you're using when you are doing this. Okay, so we got all of our holes in there. Okay, now I need to, you know what, I bet I can use these. They stick up a lot. Let me go ahead and grab my big ones out of here. I know it's a mini journal, but I still like to have them, and okay. So this can get put away. Let's move my big book over here for a minute. Put this away. And now we are going to move this stuff out of the way. Get our signatures all together. And before we do that, we're going to make sure all of our images are facing the correct way. There's nothing worse than discovering you had one upside down. And then you end up having to redo it all. So we're going to make sure they're all in there the right way. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's 3, that's 2, this is 1. And we're going to start putting our clips on. Everything is pretty much even in this, so we're just going to start clipping. I should have had these already ready. And you don't want to clip them together when they're laying flat. You want to keep them in its book shape, because laying them down pulls your papers and all kinds of things can happen. And we don't want that to happen. So let's do this first. And I don't bother snapping all the handles down, all these little stems. It's in there plenty tight enough without having to do that. Okay. There's that one. And the third one, which is going to be actually the first one that we stitch in. I learned it that way, that it's easier, so I've always done it that way. You can stitch them in however you are comfortable stitching them in. Okay, so now we're going to take our little template here, and we're just going to fold it in half. Let's see if I can keep light in here so I can see my marks. That one's pretty light. Ooh, that's going to be tough. That's right in the black. Let's get our jelly roll. Let's line that one back up. Nope. I don't know if just a little. Nope, it's not off. Okay, so this one's gonna go. Wow, I hope I can see that. And back to the pencil. Ah. Stay where you're supposed to. Okay. There's one. I like to just get them all done. I don't really like this folded. I like it better not folded. I can see better. I think this one can do. Nope, it can't. Okay, there's that one. And now we're going to go with this again. Okay, there we go. Now is when I use my big dictionary. Okay, let's pull the dictionary over here and find a nice fat spot. Ooh, what's this in here? Manual labor banking house. What? Do you guys see this? What is this from? I didn't even know. It says copy right here. I never flipped through the pages really on this. I just open it where I open it. Manual labor banking house. If that is not cool, I don't know what is. Wow. We're going to put that aside. I'm going to put that in someplace safe. Okay, so that's the first, second, third. So we're going to put it here. This is our cradle, and we're going to get our awl back out. I'm going to stand back up. We are going to punch the holes. These are hard to see. Is that it right there? Yeah, that pencil mark did not mark very good. Okay, I think that's better. Now, when you're punching your holes in, you want to hold them up. Find your hole, find where your punch is, okay? And then just make sure they're upright. So then you're going to go right through the center. You're going to be a lot happier that way, instead of going out the side of your page. So that is good. And the next one, thankfully I can see these better. And now I see it. Okay. Do you see light through all of those? I do. And the last one. That one got on the actual, not down in the seam of it. So that's what this helps to do. It really helps guide your awl in there when you got it like a book. Okay. We are done with this. I'm going to move this aside. Okay. Now it is time to get these stitched in. Go back to our first one. Okay. Let's get our needle. Those needles in the little tube, you can just get them at Amazon. chose this really pretty blue. Look how pretty this is, you guys. I just ordered a bunch of wax thread. Wax thread is relatively inexpensive. And I got a big old set of it. Okay, so we're going to go 3 times the size of our signatures. 1, 2, 3, and I always give myself a little bit more. Okay, there's our threads. This color is amazing. Let's get our first one. And let's hope this goes without any problems. That would be great. Okay. Make sure we are the way we want to be and make sure our cover is upright. We are going to go through the middle. And I always just pull it right through before trying to stick it into the cover. And we're going to leave, ooh, we almost pulled it all the way through. We're going to leave a little bit here, and I like to use my little clip here to just clip my thread there so it doesn't go all the way through. I've had that happen before. It's really not fun, because then you end up having to start all over again. Okay, so we're going to go through the middle here. And I'm going to go through the top right here. Oh, we got to make sure. Oops. Okay, go through the top. And you guys can just take your time on this. It's never a rush. If you take your time, you're going to get it right the first time. This is what I always have a hard time getting them through those tiny holes. And then we're going to go down through the bottom one and pull it through there. And then we're going to go through the bottom of the book right here. And then we're going to go in here through the middle and try not to split threads. And it is splitting the thread. Sometimes if you can angle it, you can miss the thread. So I angled that one and we missed the thread. And now I like to unhook this bottom one, and we're going to try and get this out of the way so we can go through here without splitting our thread. Just like that. Okay, so now we need to put this over here and we need to even these out. Let's take our clips off too. That'll be helpful. Uh-oh, I think we split a thread. Oh, maybe not. Nope, we didn't. I thought we split a thread there for a minute. Then you want to look here, and what I like to do is this, and if it's still moving, we need to just make that a little bit tighter. And I like to look out here and make sure my threads are straight. Let's go one more time, and then we're going to tie it in a knot. And that's another reason why I like using wax thread, is when you're tying and stitching, the wax thread will hold itself where it's at. And there's the first one in there very well. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So I'll put this over here. Let's take off these clips. And oh, we got that one really good on the first time. So now let's check out here. Yeah, looking good. Okay, one more time we're going to pull that. And we're going to tie. And tie. That one's a little uneven. That's okay, because I don't even know if I'm going to string beads or not. Okay. Boy, I cut that close, you guys. on the pages, but they are not coming out right here. That's even worse, if I think, if it's sticking out from there. But yeah, we cut that really close. We don't even have a 1/4 of an inch space. Okay, so we got it all stitched together, you guys, and now we can start our decorating process. So the next thing we will be doing is, I guess we're going to start decorating it. I like this with this one. That looks really nice. We'll start getting pockets and ephemera in here. That one's really pretty. And as I've already told you guys, this journal is already sold. Oh, that's only one. These pages are thicker than other paper, so I think it looks cute in there, even though it has nothing to do with birds. Just adds some more interest to the journal. And you can just kind of go through your journal and start, you know, maneuvering your paper so everything is laying flat. It will lay flat until you start adding everything. I was watching, I think it was Arlene over at Creating in the Waiting, and she makes her own pens, and she was saying that a really good spot for them is in between your signatures. So she's got these little pen holders, and it really is a really good place to put a pen in between there. So there we go, guys. There is our journal up till this point, and I'm really liking how it's coming out. Once we get the inside done, I think then we'll put our fabric and trim on the outside. But yeah, I like how it's turning out, even though we cut it really close with with this. I should have made it, I guess I should have went more than 6, maybe 6 1/4. Would have given us a little more room. I mean, there's a teensy weensy, and you know, a lot of people like that. They don't want to have the big spaces in the covers. I actually like it to be a little more high than this, but I think it works. So I've been rambling long enough. It is time to end this video. If you guys have any questions, please ask them down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video and this process so far, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.